So hi guys, good evening and welcome to the post market analysis on 4th December 2025. Okay, so looking on to the Nifty initially, okay, so I hope you all guys remember the levels that we had plotted yesterday, and which is marked on this orange color on Nifty, so which was an expected level where the market will be mostly running today. So that's what that was our forecast yesterday evening. Uh, Even though we were expecting some overnight news so like every day, but still our view was this range, and the market almost 90% of time it sustains within the range of 25,900 and 26,060. Whereas looking on to the bank nifty, also on the bank nifty also we marked this range. Okay, so if you watch the yesterday's market, you can see how we plotted this range, and in the opening was also kind of flat, from where the market took a resistance near the area of 59 550 and drops down, post which it came down and again short a bit correction, a corrective move. Okay, so that's what we saw. So one second. And yeah, and the reason. Okay, so if you look onto the sector indices, we can see clearly see the presence of the IT sector today. Okay, so the IT sector was really performing today. And if you look on to the daily time frame, okay, so respective of the past some days, okay, so starting from, so even though after the bullish move starting from 19th, from 27 November 28, 1 2 3, and yeah, yesterday was also kind of bullish, but for some days it was actually kind of bearishness we are seeing, and this has a kind of range. And today post which it created a good breakout near to 1.1 1.41% of move, and IT sector was the market mover today. And we can see the major stocks. Okay, the major stocks of emphasis purpose and all really performed well today. So that's what we can see. And if you look onto the IT sector, so these are the stocks. And if you watch the change, you can see Nifty IT almost went to 1.41, then emphasis for force persistent tech mahindra. So all the stocks, most majority of them went almost near to 1% or 1% above. Okay, so IT sector was the market mover today. And looking on to the Nifty and Bank Nifty, also on the daily time frame, we can see it's still on the range. Okay, so the Nifty and the Bank Nifty is still on the range. And we can see after the few days of or continuously since 27 1 2 3 4 5 days of corrective on a continuous right side, we can see today the market just bounced back like we expected yesterday. And tomorrow also, as it's a Friday, I'm also expecting the market to be within the range of today's market. And so within the day, within the range of today's market means, so this is the range. Okay, so this is the range where I'm expecting the market to be tomorrow. So 26,100 and below here 25,900. So this is the range. And there will be a bit more bullishness that we can see with a flat start. Okay, so starting from a flat start, then we can see a correct a bull side. And after below 26,200, I'm expecting the market to sustain within the range. And coming to Bank Nifty, again, if you see on the daily time frame, here we can see after the market is now getting a kind of bounce back, even though this trend line had broken down. And as per the technicals, the trend line now or as per the trend line, the market is now sustaining below this level. I am also expecting the market to be within or will be sustaining below 59,500, respecting the trend line. Okay, so this is the range. Okay, so the range that I'm expecting for tomorrow is bit wider. Okay, so bit wider from 59,500 to 59,000. So this 500 points of movement, that's what I'm expecting. Unless and until if the IT sectors are also still on this pursuit, we can expect it to bit more upside. Okay, so that's it. And on looking to the other sectors, so Nifty, mid cap and small cap, it's still onto the sideways. It's a kind of the sluggishness that we can see. And top gainers, we can see that data consultancy, then Tech Mahindra and Infosys. Top losers, if you coming to the Indigo Airlines. So especially on the Indigo Airlines, so there are some news that's coming based on the ticket and the bookings, and some internal issues are coming out on the news. So that's why we can see a major drop down our Indigo Airlines, and we are also having an RBI policy tomorrow, coming on tomorrow, 5th of December. So that will be also affecting our market. Okay, and looking to the Reliance. So Reliance had actually pulled down the market down or towards the closing. Okay, so Reliance also made a corrective move. So at last it closed around almost 30 points more, near 2% of move it made on two candles on the last 30 minutes. And on HDFC Bank, we can see a gap down, and after, so yesterday it was a, so on second it was a gap down, then after that it was showing a kind of strength, and still it's showing its strength towards the bull side, and this trend line on the HDFC, we can see the market is still the bullish, and this is 1017 is the nearest target where it can reach. And on the ICICI Bank, we can see still on the range again, but the view is still bullish. So if it is breaking 1400 again, so this is the range which I'm expecting the market to give a breakout. It is 1400, and towards the bottom it is 1350, near to the range of 1350. So that's the news. And looking on the USD INR, okay, so it's actually showing a bit corrective form, but again the FIAs are still onto the selling side. Okay, so if you look onto the FIA data, FIAs are still selling. Okay, so tomorrow's news is also very important, and the view for Nifty tomorrow is will be again on a flat start. So that's what I'm expecting. It depends on the again on the IT sector. So what I'm expecting is a kind of a bit a profit booking, which obviously will be happening. It's a psychological move, and you can see a kind of a flat start towards the morning. So that's what I'm expecting. So let's wait for the tomorrow the overnight news, and see you on the pre-market tomorrow.